progresses slowly from pretty dumb to really dumb to are you kidding me? Hey guys, solo review out tonight. Nobody else wanted to see this. Big shock. So this is The Turning, which is the new, the obligatory, terrible January horror film. And I know I'm really off center here. I'm gonna try to like balance myself out. Guess it doesn't matter all that much. This is gonna be probably a short review because I don't really know how much I have to say about this, but then I've said that before and then they go on forever. So we'll just have to see. So if you don't know what this movie is, or you just have not paid any attention to it because you don't care, which, fair. Also, I apologize, I hear the rumbling in the car. I need to charge my phone, and it's also, oh, fucking shit, balls McGee. Hold on. There we go, that's better. Sorry about that. Anyway, so if you haven't known, mother goddamn suck, god fuck. So, The Turning. Gotta talk about this fucking movie. Okay. Basically, it's about this woman named Kate who has to go to this old creepy mansion and basically become, I think, like the live-in teacher or something. Oh, live-in tutor, that's what it was. To this little girl named Flora. But she also has a little shit brother named Miles, who's played by one of the Stranger Things kids. And he's a little shit. And then it turns out the house is haunted by two ghosts, or is it? Yes, it is. The movie clearly paints it as it is, but they want you to try and make it ambiguous, which gets in the dumbass motherfucking ending, which we'll get to that, which is really like the only thing that really like evoked any major emotion in me through this entire movie. I mean, this is a pretty cookie cutter horror movie for the most part. Not really interesting, not scary at all. The acting's decent. Like, everyone's clearly trying. They got a good girl, a little girl actor. She's good. And I like the main actress playing Kate, who I forget her name, but she's good. There's this old like housekeeper who's like, I don't know where they found her, but or what else she's been in, but she does a great job of being like the crockety old lady who is at the same time pampering the kids, but also criticizing the nanny for not being more like assertive. The entire fucking way through the entire movie. Like, really, like, if this is a movie that thinks passive aggressiveness is scary, which just makes me wonder about maybe not the director, but at least the writer of this movie, because there's so much, like, back and forth passive aggressiveness. I wasn't scared, I was more just annoyed. It was like, can anyone just talk to each other for, like an actual person for 5 fucking minutes, instead of just, oh god, I can't remember some of the goddamn lines. If it's people make themselves be victims but also being incredibly combative of everyone else around them, especially the main character, Kate, who, when she's introduced to the brother, Miles, they get off along okay, and then I guess the boy, Miles, starts to leave, and she goes like, did you put away your plate? And the boy's like, what? And then he's like, put away your plate. And I get that he's a little shit, and that he's like a white little pampered boy, and he's never had to like clean up a day in his life. But that being said, if it's the first time you meet somebody, is that really the time to really just like do that power struggle? Like, I would at least wait a little bit. And then she has the audacity later to like call one of her friends on the phone, and is like, Miles hates my guts. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I tried to assert my dominance and power over him after like we had never clearly established that relationship over him, and I just came off as really just flexing my muscles where it was just not the time. Yet he hates me. I don't know why. And again, I'm not defending Miles. He's a little fucking shit. But at the same time, when you do pull that move, you shouldn't act surprised when he fucking hates you if you already know he's spoiled. That's not something you just jump into and hope for the best. And then it just gets more passive-aggressive. Like, they try to do, like, these beats where Miles is, like, making a loud noise, but it's, like, trying to, like, build up suspense, but really just, again, it's just him being a little shit. Like, him bouncing the ball, like, in, like, the loudest goddamn hallway, while Kate is tutoring the daughter, and then, she just goes in and goes, stop! And then he goes, like, fine, I'll stop, whatever, I'm a fucking teenager. Which, yeah, And then the parts in the trailers that still kind of made me chuckle, where like he has like playing drums passive aggressively, but the way he looks in the trailer looks like it's trying to be like a genuinely scary moment, but like no, it's just a fucking douchey teenager being a douchey teenager. That's not scary. It's not suspenseful. It's not interesting. It's a douchey teenager. All you want to do is punch him in his little douchey face and cut his douchey hair. I'm being really mean to this actor. This poor guy, God bless him. Like, he's a good actor, but he's in that awkward phase of growing up, and there's just no clean way to go through that. I feel kind of bad, because then he gets pigeonholed in movies like this, where there's no room for that awkward stage of your life in Hollywood, except for roles like these. And anyway, unless maybe like 8th grade. Even 8th grade, still like reveled in that awkwardness. That comes with that age. Yeah, so there's that. The little girl actor's good. I thought she was good. She had a surprising amount of charm for being, I don't know, 8. So props to her. Is there anything else to talk about outside the ending? I feel like I've touched everything I could think of. Oh, one important note before we get into the ending, which is probably going to take the bulk of this discussion, because it's like the only thing worth talking about, is it's established early on that Kate's mom has Hollywood mental illness, where she paints like creepy, obscure shit and doesn't really look at everyone or whatever it is. It's never clearly defined what she has. She has Hollywood mental illness. And she's in a home because of that, and then and that's kind of left forgotten about for a good chunk of time. And then later on, she gets a parcel from or gets an envelope from, like, gets mail from her mom, and she opens it. It's all these like really blocked out, spoiler by the way if you care about seeing the turning, all these really like blacked out sheets, and you're like, well, what does that mean? This is a mystery. And then from there it goes on to like the traditional like, oh, it really was like a haunted house the whole time, and Quint, who was like this really pervy ghost, was possessing Miles the entire time. That's why he's such a little shit. And the ghost girls, I don't know, combing people's hair and shit. I don't know. It's implied like they know something's going on the entire movie, and this is the first time it's like actively confirmed. And then they go through this whole haunted house sequence where Miles is possessed, and she has to snap, and Kate has to snap her out being possessed, and then you have to convince both of them to leave the house, and they do, and then okay, well, at least it's an ending, at least it's something. It wasn't great, but at least now it's over. But no, it's not. No, it's not. Ghost stuff happens. Old lady dies. They escape the house, kind of anticlimactically. They wait by the gate for a bit, and everyone's like, "Oh, is the ghost gonna guess? Is the ghost gonna guess?" And then the gate opens and they leave. That's that. It's like, okay, oh, that was dumb, but okay. And then it keeps zooming out as they're driving down the road, and it turns out what they were seeing was a vision brought on by the paper the mother left. God, I never thought I'd see like a retread of Breaking Dawn Part 2, but here we are. And then it goes on to another ending, except this time it happens differently. Ooh, where it's implied that Kate was psycho the whole time. That's what, like, so really none of the movie happened, or like none of the ghost stuff happened. It was really all in her head, which would be fine if that had a conclusion, but it doesn't. It just ends. It literally, like, it just happens. She goes in the room, she thinks Kate, like, kind of manic. She kind of, like, looks really tired and creepy, and the kids are kind of talking about it behind her back, and then she, like, kind of corners the little girl and says, you saw Quint in the mirror, didn't you? Tell me you saw him. Ah, the ghost stuff, I'm scary. And then the girl drops her doll, and the doll breaks, and then Miles goes, the doll is broken. It can never be fixed. It's broken. Just like you. In like the douchiest 15-year-old voice you can imagine. And then it ends. It ends right there. No conclusion. No wrap-up. Nothing. It's like, ooh, aren't we deep and ambiguous? Ooh, look at us. We're so deep. Oh, God, that was the part. Like, this is just profoundly insulting now. This is just so dumb and such a gigantic waste of my time, and an already dull and boring and lifeless and just nothing of a January horror movie, and then it tries to be more, and at that point, I'm like, dude, know your fucking place. Like, if you're gonna be this kind of a bad January horror movie, at least, like, I don't know, lean into it, maybe make it a little fun. And then, of course, a lot of this, like, when you start thinking about it, you do that Community thing, when they do, like, like, school wasn't real the whole time, ooh, and then you take 2 steps to think about it and go, wait a minute, that makes no sense. And because, like, in order for it to, like, a film structure to work in it was all in her head the whole time kind of a gimmick, okay, if you want to do that, fine. But don't establish shit beyond her point of view for stuff that is clearly haunted. Like, in the beginning of the movie, I think it cuts to, Flora's, like, last caretaker who dies from off-screen death. And, she's racing down this road. She's trying to get out, and the gate's closed. She's trying to open she pulls the gate open, gets back to her car, but then you see the ghost of Quint behind her. And you know it's the ghost of Quint, because at no point does he physically show himself in that area. You only see his reflection. So it's clearly a ghost, and it's not told through Kate's point of view. Therefore, ghosts are fucking real. So again, you try to convince the audience that's not true. It's like, no, we know it's not true. You fucking showed us it isn't. I got heated. Fuck. Okay. And that's not the only time. There are other times, like, when there's this creepy, like, mannequin thing of, like, Flora's great-grandmother or something like that. That's creepy as all hell. So Kate takes it from her room and puts it, like, in the closet. And then when she leaves, the fucking mannequin, like, shifts her head to look at the nearby sewing machine, because sure. So I was like, oh, Ken, not their point of view. Therefore, ghosts are real. We know this house is haunted. You've clearly shown things that prove that it is haunted beyond your point of view. And also doesn't make it, like, this is a place where, like, I feel like it's stupid to point out nitpicks in a plot, but again, a lot of the ending is contingent on this plot working, so you can believe that's all through Kate's point of view, and it only takes you 5 minutes to go, well, wait a minute, no, it does not. And, like, that's the point it gets profoundly insulting. It does not think you have a long enough memory to remember the beginning of the fucking movie. Which, granted, considering how forgettable this movie is, I wouldn't be that surprised some people did. But I fucking do. And this little turd, my God, why am I so angry? Flash of self-awareness. Because again, this ending is so stupid. It is profoundly stupid. It is profoundly insulting. I feel like my intelligence is actively insulted by this fucking movie. If I had not made that point clear enough already. There's a light on in my car that I want to turn off. That's why I'm leaning over here. Sorry about that. And it just makes you go, like, really? 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 And then not only do they try to pull that bullshit on you, they don't even conclude it with anything. Like, this movie has no conclusion. It wraps up in no way. There's no actual payoff. There's not enough information for the revelation at the end to actually mean anything. It just throw there, the doll's broken, Miles does a quip, and it feels like it's set up to something bigger, but then it just ends. And then you're just left going, is that it? Is that all I get? Is that all this fucking movie has to give me? That's it? And I'm not angrier now if you just went with the ghost ending. Like, sure, it was generic, but at least it was an ending. It was anticlimactic, but at least it ended. It wrapped shit up. It actually went somewhere. The other ending doesn't do that. No, it if you're going to do that kind of ending, you want to make it ambiguous, you want to go, was it real? Was it not? Okay, you can do that. There's nothing wrong with that approach in general. However, if you are going to do that, you have to be very careful that the narrative supports either conclusion. Like, if you want to do the thing where, like, she's inherited her mother's mental illness, okay, then don't sow shit beyond her perspective of stuff that is clearly haunted. Because when you do that, that immediately contradicts anything you have to say through the second ending of the film. And again, even if you do, like, try to ignore the fact that you clearly contradict yourself at this point, you have to at least end it. You have to find a reasonable way to actually create a conclusion to your second ending rather than going, oh, we pulled one under you, like pull one out on you, whatever the hell the phrase is. Aren't we so clever? Look how clever we are. Oh, ho, ho. I am the most clever horror director. I don't know what that was. Yeah, this movie's dumb. It's profoundly dumb. It's really, again, if it wasn't for the ending, I would have already forgotten most of this movie, but I will give it this. That ending ensures I will remember this movie at least a little bit. At least in the, oh yeah, isn't that the January horror movie with the dumb fucking ending? Yeah, that one. Then there's always one every January. There's always one. I mean, even Slender Man had an ending. God damn. My God, this movie's really making me upset. I mean, not really. Fuck this movie. Okay. I think that's all I got. One small angry rant about one of the dumbest endings I've seen in a long time. Like, I can't remember an ending recently has assumed I am this dumb. It does make me kind of rewatch Ready or Not, though, because it does take place in a similar house, and that movie was really good. So I might go home and watch Ready or Not. So in fact, I'm probably gonna fucking do that now. Fuck this movie. I'm also hungry and tired, and I just don't want to talk about this fucking thing anymore. So I'm done. So later this week, we gotta see Gretel and Hansel, which is the other January horror movie, but I heard at least is better than this. And I heard some of the artistic choices are kind of interesting, so I'm kind of curious about that one. And then we had, the Rhymes section, which is now it's, what's her name? Ryan Reynolds' wife. Her, but she's doing revenge thriller thing that looks like they have the same griminess as Taken. I don't know if some people are trying to rip off Taken. Taken wasn't even that good of a movie. I like Taken, but it has not held up beyond the era it came out. So we'll see how those turn out. Beyond that, I don't fucking know. I'm just grumpy now. So that's all I got. Thank you guys for watching my weird ass ramble and for supporting me through my technical issues. I hope that review gave you what you wanted out of somebody seeing the fucking Turning. So hopefully the next couple I do won't be by myself, so we'll see. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you later.